Hey everybody, welcome back to Path of Exile. It's been a while since I played this game. I had recorded a bunch of episodes and I was well ahead of the series. I don't know how long it's been. I'm going to say like a week and a half. And I can't quite remember what we were doing. I feel like we finished this trial up here. Let's just double check. It's going to take us a second to get reacclimated. I literally just started the game and went for it here. The Lower Prison Act 6 to do our next ascension. What level are we? 64, okay. You know, maybe we should do our next ascension here. What is our next ascension? I think we pick up Pious Path. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty good. 200 shield per second. Lower Prison Act 6. Let's do it. That's a good place to start. It's kind of moving backwards too. Where are we even at in the story? Probably seems weird watching last episode and then watching this one where we're... Oh, we got the Lunaris and Solaris coming up. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. We were starting to take a lot of damage too, like... Actually on this act here... Well, no, really on this act. Yeah, we almost died down here. Yeah, we should probably ascend here and get the extra... I guess it's 200 shield per second. What is this? Oh, we have a reward over here. Let's do that. Sure. Let's back this way. No.
There is so much yet to be known.
Oh, skill point.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, now we need to see actually where we are going, where we're supposed to be going in this build here. Leveling skill tree. I should get PoE builds open here. Can I not have that open? I not. PoE builds. Path of buildings. Path of building. You can tell it's been a minute since I played the game. I'm a little bit disoriented. I've been playing a ton of Final Fantasy lately. So much to the point that I'm actually almost done with that game. Okay, so yeah, there's that. Oops, I don't want to. 81 to 95. We're going through level. What is this? 51 through 80? I guess that's. And we can kind of see. See, I really don't need to open up the actual. We're over here now. We've screwed up something here. Because according to the build guide here, we were supposed to go up here and get this. Yeah, so this has changed from the guide that he actually wrote on the website. Pros and cons. Okay, well, we'll follow the one that we were following because it seems to be working okay. But it looks like, according to Path of Building, or PoE, no, Path of Building, we were supposed to go up here and unlock this. It's changed, basically. Leveling skill tree. Maybe I should have went through all this stuff before starting the episode. I could stop the episode right now and go through it, but I think it's okay. Ascendancy leveling skill tree. I guess leveling is what I really want to look at here. Level 60 skill tree. Pick the damage nodes on the left side. Yeah, this is just changed. Does the 80 skill tree include? Doesn't. Level 90, does that include it? It does. So he doesn't start picking up these this stuff until 90 in the old build guide, and the new Path of Building shows him actually picking up all this stuff here. We'll follow what he's got on the on the website. We're 60. We're level 63, 64. I want to open this image. A new web page, and then zoom in, enhance. And what are we missing here? I would show you guys this, but it's not very interesting. I will show you guys when we start doing PoE trade. I'm already going for this, though. Why am I going for this? Oh, it's because we're working on the next tree. That's why. Yeah, we've got 60 done. I actually want to open this one up. But you know, I'm looking at this. This isn't what has happened here. Something's changed drastically. This is not the tree that I'm looking at here. It says it's picking up this. Take 50% of damage from blocked hits. I mean, why did we pick up this? When did this happen? Did he update this recently? Oh, he did for 3.11. Is there a date? Yeah, I have a feeling he's just updated stuff. So we could change the build, actually, to accommodate this. Man, I feel like we have to change. Let's get the new paste bin, I guess. I don't know. Significantly worried here. You guys know paste bin uses cookies? Of course you did. Import build, please. That's fine. Did I import this build? Code is valid. Oh, here we go. Oh, the paste bin link. Import to this build, sure. So again, this has us picking up these abilities. It does change a little bit though. I think we go off this. We'll save this as save as. No, we should probably save it as Templar Harvest. That's what I've got it saved in Path of Building. Kind of, I guess maybe it is kind of uninteresting if you can't see what I'm looking at. So this is updated with the new trees as well, which is nice. 51 through 80, that's our current tier. Well, you know, I'm tempted to. We have 13.
Hello.
Let's see, can I refund some of this stuff? I have 4 orbs of regret. I'm kind of worried now. It has us pulling out of here. Does it have us picking this up? It does. Basic jewel slot. Can support strength. Well, it looks like he's thought this out a little bit more. To be honest, it really does. Choose the jewel for the socket. This has changed drastically, though. I don't know if we can even realistically. Okay, we don't have that. That is correct. So it looks like he has us refund passive. Well, this would be a nice way to look at how to refund stuff, because I don't think we've done it yet in the game. He wants us to refund all these. Refund passive. So it'd be this one, this one, this one, this one. Keep all these, which is fine. We wind up picking up this, which makes sense. It's more block damage versus. This is more damage, which I don't know if we necessarily need. I mean, it's nice, but this seems better, right? Against the block attack damage is doubled. It's more defensive. Yeah, so I agree with that change. This looks the same. This looks the same. Yeah, that looks the same. This is 51 through 80. You guys just go down here and pick up this. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, that. But instead of... No, that's correct. Arcane Guarding, do we pick up that? We do. Really just looking for what we need to refund here. You go out to here and you're supposed to pick up Mystic Bulwark, is that correct? Yeah. It's quite the defensive skill there. Everything else looks okay though. This all looks like we're picking up the same skills here. This as well, which I don't know if I... yeah, no, that's correct. This, we're not picking up this anymore. Actually looks like we're taking away a lot of the offensive skills. Which is fine, I guess. We're taking away this down here? Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that. Life and energy shield? Okay. Up here, coming... We're picking that up, and we are picking that up. And then it looks like we're going up here to pick up that. So let's... This looks correct. Now we have 12 points. And with those 12 points, we're supposed to go... up there. Down here. This as well, do we have this? 30% more spell damage when on low life? Really? As opposed to this? Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Alright. I don't know what constitutes low life. Hopefully it's like 70%. It's probably not though. We remove that, right? That was what we were rocking. 3% to Dex. Okay. We do pick up skills. What are the skills that we're supposed to put up here? Mage Hunter. 4% chance to block spell damage. 20% increase spell damage. 10% spell damage. Medium Jewel Socket. We do pick that up as well. It's getting more complicated. The build actually did... I don't know if it's actually for the better. It seems like we dropped a lot of life there. I'm not exactly crazy about that. There was something in here we were supposed to get. Mystic Bulwark? Yeah. Increases mana regeneration rate per 1% chance to block spell damage. Yeah, I suppose we were supposed to get all that. Man, I feel like I'm missing something now. I don't know what though. Sure that we are though. Supposed to come down here and get that. Oh, this we're supposed to get. This is level 51 through 80, then how am I already almost capped? Lancing blows, I'm cool with that. I must be missing, or how much time are we taking? Maybe we'll extend the episode a little bit here. Yeah, we're about 15 minutes in. Not the best. Not the best. And then also this, but see, now I'm looking at this. Right, and that's it for points, and that's 51 through 80. How is that possible? Mage Hunter. Yeah, I don't... Did the build change completely? It may have. Guys, I don't see any other points to allocate. How many... Can I... Check and see how many points I've actually allocated here. Yeah, this doesn't actually even make sense. Let's see. Maybe on the updated, no, because that's the same. That's 51 through 80? I know, that's the level 60 skill tree. By this point, we were focused on getting most of the block nodes, and hopefully we have enough currency to get the required unique jewels. Lancing blows is very important. Is that this one? Yeah. It's strange. Like, I'm looking at the build, and he doesn't put in enough points to cover what we've covered here. I feel like I've made a huge mistake. But I keep looking at the build, and oh, maybe he's actually only highlighting. Oh, is that what happened? No. Yeah, something's jacked up here, and I can't figure it out. Alright, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Elemental overload. That's this guy here, isn't it? He's made it way more complicated, and as a result, he's kind of ruined it. Doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm just missing it here. We'll just look at the final tree and see what we're supposed to build. So we are supposed to go up. We supposed to get this life back? I really want the life back. Survey says doesn't look like it. I can't remember where that was at. It was like up here somewhere. Yeah, here. Offshoot of that. No, we don't get that back. I wonder if he changed the skills too, the recommended skills. It's updated for this patch, which is nice. That means he's probably been playing it and realized he had to make some adjustments. So we are going to follow the updated version. We are supposed to pick up Lucidity. I don't know if we're worried about that quite yet. We are picking up all this spell damage here. It looks like maybe through this tree is like the biggest thing where we spend a lot of our points. Or potentially even the rest of our points here. We do pick up this basic, or this gem here. Picked up that one. I'll tell you what it looks like. We're supposed to pick up this, so we'll go towards that. I'm looking at this and it looks like we have way more. We're gonna have way more skill points left over, but.
Greetings.
And so now we have some gem sockets left. I don't know what we have for gems. Sorry that took so long, but we had to kind of figure it out here. Evasion, life per second. I did parse down a bunch of our gems to stuff that I think we might actually use. I don't know what this is here. This is a large jewel socket. We have a large jewel. We have a medium one. Can we put a medium one in a large one? Probably not. Can. Does that mean we can put a small one in there too? Probably. I mean, this is the best we can do because this is what we have. Now I'm getting super worried here. Yeah, you can't put a small one in there. Then we're supposed to start building. What happens if we put points in here and then we pull this out? Do we get refunded the points? That's a good question. I guess for now we'll just put that in though. We have nothing else we can do. Increase crits, block chance, 10% increased damage over time, 40 to armor. Well, let's do that. I think we do have 2 new gem sockets. So can we just put gem? Highlight the ones that we. Let's ticket socket. Socket's good. You see what we got here. Well, we don't have that one. Was it just the one we picked up? That might be. We're eventually going to pick up that one. No, we got two. Let's pick up some minor defenses. Everything feels a bit awry, doesn't it? A little bit. I suppose we could see how much this thing cost here. A ghoul cut. A ghoul cut. Kiwi trade. Man, this might be really boring to watch here. Ghoul. Not what it's called. We're looking for a large cluster jewel. Large cluster jewel. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. And what passives are we looking for? Spell damage. Passive skill is Mage, Hunter. Essence Rush. One added passive skill, Mage, Hunter. Let's see if we can filter for that. Passive skill, Mage. One added passive skill is Mage, Hunter. And then let's search for that. Okay, so it is out there. One Chaos Orb for this. Man, that's a pretty specific gem we need for this build. I actually don't like what he's done with the build here. He's really made it contingent on this one gem. I mean, I can't believe the remainder of points are used to get more armor as well as fully fill out the cluster jewels. Note that we also picked up Steelwood Stance, which is normally associated with staves, but 600. Okay, I was able to find an unnatural instinct jewel. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where you have to kind of be flexible here. Second note is Pious Path. Okay, I guess we're going to go for our next ascendancy here and get... I feel like maybe we just blew everything. Pious Path. Okay, so we need to go to Act 6. Let's get something done here for our first time back. Playing in a bit. Prisoner's Gate, right? I think that's right. Oh boy, why do I feel like everything's gotten more complicated and we're off path here? I feel like the game is closer, like our field of view is smaller too. I don't know. We actually want to be in the prison.
Must have time to gather my will.
Yeah, that's where we want to be. Saw the Ascendancy Trial. Okay. Beautiful. I'm genuinely worried about this, the way the build's changed here. Like, it doesn't actually make... It seems more difficult to complete and maybe less efficient too. And when I say more difficult, I mean actually impossible. I don't know how you do this without... I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong about that though. I guess if anything, we'll learn how cluster jewels work. If you get the points refunded when you pull them out, or... I mean, you still seem tanky, which is nice. So maybe we're fine in that regard. For some reason I expected rested XP when we walked in here. Kinda silly. So just say at the time of this recording, the race for the end is already completed. Several people have won actually, gotten to the end of the game. And this is like 3 weeks after the game's come out, or the Harvest League has been released. It's not too surprising that everybody's done at this point. Well, not everybody, but the creme de la creme are finished. Oh, I see where it's at. Completely the wrong way. Yeah, I'm really hoping we get refunded the skill points here with the cluster jewel. And if that's true, that's actually really good. Because if you think about what that gives you, cluster jewels in general, it would allow you to use different different cluster jewels for different bosses. I really just wanted to get hit with that. That's all that was. Go all the way back around. Sure. You could essentially swap them out for different bosses, right? Being kind of nonchalant about this trial here. I mean, we could die here for sure. Could also get double resistance, rank 1. I did finally kind of really dive into resistances. Funnily enough, this morning right before I started playing, I noticed I talked about it in episode 12 a little bit. But I think I was actually wrong to some degree about how that actually worked.
Belief is the strongest metal.
And that is your resistance is actually capped at 90. 90 is the highest you can actually resist, so you're guaranteed to take 10% of whatever
Black Crest. She lives again.
quest over here to turn in. I guess we'll hang on to the ring. 90% is the highest that can go. So you're going to take 10% of whatever elemental damage, always.
Clearly the old
Second,
Stay sharp.
Guidance is
109% is considered to be the cap.
Fate will find
And that's for the elemental reductions that you get. So it's actually 169. But really what you need to do is make sure you want to be at 90% at all times. So we should be. Yeah, we're over 90. In fact, we could afford to lose some here. And then if an area has elemental weaknesses of some kind, you want to make sure that you're over that. And even then, I think some enemies can have penetration through different skills. So there's still that too. It feels like we're missing. Okay, I was gonna say we're missing a ton of shield, but I forget we had that skill. We really do need this here. Let's take a look at PoE Labs. I could show you guys this actually. This would be our Cruel Lab. Yeah, except with ads. Let's see, is this still working? No, it's... Is that working? Oh yeah, it is working. Okay, beautiful. Do I even have to move that over there? No, I don't. Okay, so... oh yeah, I just can't see my mouse. Okay. So, this is how PoE Labs works. We want to go... This is the way I look at it. We want to go the fastest route possible. So we want to go to the top right, to go here, defeat the boss, and then we're going to go here to the top left to get through that quickly, then top right, beat the boss. I'm going to go top right, and then right to defeat the boss. And that That's the path we're going to take. You can see over here, this is how we get extra keys. Kill Zaro quickly. Kill him quickly again at the fonts. And then one for the last one. Alright, let's give it a go here. Alright. I'm trying to remember which way. Okay, top right. I've still got it open, but I suppose I could theoretically leave that open for you guys to look at, but it's just going to be right in the middle of the screen. It's not really not the best. This would be good to be playing some PoE here. Yeah, this is correct. Been playing so much Final Fantasy. I did a 2.5 hour dungeon in Final Fantasy last night. It's insane. All right, kill quickly. We never seem to be able to get these, but let's try. Without dying, preferably. Maybe we'll die a little bit. How about that? I should probably focus on not dying rather than killing him quickly. A little scary. What's scary there? Did not get a key. You must have to do that really, really, really fast. Let's see which way we're supposed to go. Top, left. Top left. About to say maybe we're close to leveling, but we're literally at the bottom here. I need to keep in mind that we are playing to not die here as well. I can kind of feel myself playing like I did in Standard League, where we're just not really considering the consequences here. Should we even be running this? We didn't really question that, if we should have held off. Should have waffled about it for another hour or so and then ultimately done it. Although we were starting to take a lot of damage there in the base game. But the Act 8, we're starting to take a lot of damage. Okay, so are we in the right spot? No. We wanted to go top left. They're gonna be up here. Yeah, that meteor's pretty good still. I don't know how much longer we can keep these gloves, but 57. I think we're in the 60s now. The other thing I noticed, or I checked right after the last recording session, so it's been a couple weeks since I looked at it, but the item level matters in that, you can see this on PoE Affix, determines the maximum roll that you can get. So like, I'll show you guys. So like we have Wicked right there, 65 through 84%. Because it's a level 46, that's probably, actually tier 6 is probably the highest that'll go for that particular stat. But if it was level, I don't know, 54 maybe, it might be like 62. It's some different item level threshold. We could then get a tier 5 roll on it. It's not necessarily that we would get it. I mean, it's still a random chance we could wind up with a tier 12 roll. But that tier 5 roll becomes available to us. Yeah, that's where we want to go. And from here, we want to go top right. I think these circle rooms mean trap rooms, if I'm not mistaken. Gauntlet, no, they call them gauntlets. Top right, we said. These things are my least favorite. Just glad to be out of that room. Top right, I guess this way. Decorative chest. Probably something that helps us defeat the next boss. Not terribly worried about. I'd rather just. Yep, this is definitely where we want to go. Yep.
When the time comes to strike,
Crafting recipe.
the Emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death.
Rank. Double resistance is rank 2. Well, maybe that's right. Maybe the first one was rank 1.
Claw your way to ambition.
Good, we did it. That wasn't too bad. If we can just get through this one, okay. We need to go top right. Actually, we're almost there. Kinda. We're getting there. We're getting a new enchant here too as well. Gonna actually take us up. I'll run with it. That's probably not top right, is it? Probably not. Our damage, I don't know. I don't know if we're tankier than we were in the old build before we shuffled points around here. Still worried about what this build is actually asking us to do here. Could go that way, but instead we're gonna go this way. That's where we want to go. And then top right again. Ruby ring, 23 fire resist, I guess. We really probably do want to maybe cut back some of our resistances a little bit here. Pick up some more defensive traits. Evasion, armor, that kind of stuff. Shield, life. Even damage would probably be better at this point. Than overcapping, know what I mean? No, so we need to go up and to the right. And Pee Wee Labs is so good. So good. Like, if you didn't know that, you would just have to
Afford to be promising. An emperor must keep
run the next room.
promises.
Or clear the whole thing and try to find it. Alright. Don't die.
You must navigate your empire.
You must not die. We're getting hit by, yep, spikes. Beautiful.
Tyranny is inescapable.
I mean, it's a little touch and go there, but not too bad. Spiny MaW. Golden plate. Grab that, I guess, and 9 chaos resistance. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of chaos resistance here. Don't really want to pick that one up. Let's go this way. Kind of weak. And you know, let's go this one too. 2 more treasure keys. I'd love to see that. I'm not worried about that. This one? It's 26 decks. Probably not gonna grab it. Instruct. No. Whoa. Probably not very great, but we have really weak decks to just. You have another one? No. Gloves or boots? Well, I think we're going boots because we've already got a glove one. Regenerate 1% of life per second if you were hit recently. That seems really good. Seems like exactly what we wanted, to be honest. Okay. Beautiful. Dauntless achievement. How did we not have that? Oh, that's probably for... we'll see what it's for, actually. I think it's for Ascending and Hardcore. Finish the Cruel Labyrinth in Hardcore League. Sweet. Percentage of player base that has it? Let's take a look. I bet it's real low. Oh, I didn't actually have to click on it. 2.6% of the player base has gotten this far in Hardcore. I mean, that could just be saying that a lot of people just don't play Hardcore, which is understandable. For the longest time, I never did either, so... I don't know if it's really like, oh, only 2.6% of the community is capable of doing it. It's more like maybe only 5% of the community attempted it. Movement speed on those, not bad. Well, I should have identified this first, huh? 30% movement, wow. Increased armor and energy shield. 29. It's kind of bad rolls here. The movement speed's really good though, but outside of that, kind of weak. 25 to all attributes. 7% quantity, 25 resist. Nah. And we picked up another one, didn't we? Oh, the shield. Movement speed. Oh, we don't have the dex for it anyway. Okay. Uniques. That terrible armor roll there. Lacquered. Fire resist, cold resist. Nah. 26 strength, 8 to all attributes, 34 max life. Max mana, fire resistance. Maybe this one? Regeneration rate, we'll check. We're not going to hang on to that. Attack speed with bows we don't want. Damage with bleeds we don't want. 12 attributes, actually this seems decent. The fire damage, maybe this. See if we can grab something out of there. And these are always a ton of fire resist on that. That's actually not bad. Take a look at that one too. Not sure why our gear's lacking so far behind. Our neck specifically. either. Alright, let's take a look stat wise. We put this on. A little bit of life, lose some shield, but we gain what? 13% armor? We lose a ton of fire and lightning resistance, but we can craft one on. 3 suffixes, 1 prefix. That's what we were wearing. 13% armor. Estimated physical, so 3% physical damage reduction. It's pretty good. Evasion rating goes up quite a bit too. Do we still stay capped? Not really. We stay capped for... It's actually capped for now. I don't hate it. Take a look at this one. We still drop a ton of resistances. 8 to all attributes. 26 strength. 7-star life here. Nah, I don't think in good conscience we could put that on. But this, we could probably roll with this. Actually, I don't hate that neck there. What is that? I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think we are gonna roll with that. And what we'll do here is we'll sell that, and then we'll go craft here.
The time nor the place.
I feel good, like we've improved our character a little bit here to start the episode off, especially the new recording sessions. Did I have to go to my hideout to? No, I hate this hideout too. I want to have the waypoint there, even though it's so inconvenient to put it there. Yeah, doesn't really make sense. Yeah, we could put max life on here, which I like. I like max life. I think for now it's okay. At Act 10 we'll have to drop it, but we got plenty of time to do that. Because we're going to have to pick up those resistances again. Was that a good roll? It was a top tier roll, wasn't it? Nah, not quite. That's fine. Nah, that's fine. I was going to say we could re-roll that, but I don't really want to use the Scouring Orbs. Okay, so we're back. We're back to here. No, actually I'm curious what the next... Let's see what the next trial is. 68 and we've got... Okay. It's going to be a minute. This quest over here is asks you to find the Ankh of Eternity at the Quay and then bring it to there so you can revive Tolman. We can do that. Back, let us do that. Distance is up, okay. Yeah, the bad part, the nice thing about recording in advance, the items are level 57, is it gives me some breathing room, right, in case something happens I need to, I don't know. It's just nice to have stuff recorded so I know the content's going to be there. But the bad part is you take these long breaks in between sessions and the game starts to feel kind of foreign to you. Which is not always good. Into the Quay. Where we want to go. Immediately I feel tankier though. I don't know if that's just because that stuff was so weak. It's probably... I mean, I'm sure it is weak. It was weak. I know it is. Is this where we want to be? I think so. So this is the end of this area, isn't it? I guess this is correct. Find the Ankh of Eternity. I saw some patch notes today that they had buffed, or they had nerfed nerfed the seeds, the different affixes you would get from seeds. And they also buffed it.
Ready to revisit
They well, they had buffed it at some point, and now they're nerfing it because it was kind of ridiculous that first week.
history repeats itself.
So we missed our opportunity to get really OP affixes.
Ah, there you are.
Basically, what I'm saying
Ready to
here.
revisit the past. The more we
Storage
kill,
room
the
to
more we
warehouse.
change my map. And the closer we get
On
to
top,
finding
bottom
it.
left.
It's time.
Key here is just to make it to the very end. After that, we can always adjust our mistakes that we made along the way, which we'll have to do if we're gonna not die to maps. You guys remember the first time we ran maps in this during Delirium? We died like 7 times on the first map, the beach map. It was in that Val area, but still died a bunch.
Good job.
Level 57.
Quite a lot.
So we can actually look up using PoE trade or PoE affix. And actually, I could show you guys this. PoE affix. I have the staff one open for some reason, but let's see. You guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. Now I need to be able to see it. So you see, like, let's say we have a one-handed sword here, right? And let's say we wanted, I don't know. These are the base stats that can come on a sword. Master mods, and yeah, essence mods, signature mods, shape mods, elder mods, delve mods. I mean, there's a ton of different mods that can go on these based on the type of weapon it is. But anyway, we'll just look at the base ones for. Yeah. So let's say you wanted, I don't know, plus level to socketed gems, right? So the minimum level is, eye level has to be 50 of the item. And it can only go +1. So maybe that's a terrible example. Let's do added cold damage. So if the level of the item is 30, right? 30 to 34, I can have the vegan, up to the vegan level 5 qualifier, and you get 12 to 16 to 23 to 28. That's basically how this works. And so the next tier break would be 34, 43. And again, it doesn't guarantee you that if you have an eye level 43 item, you're going to roll in between this and this. I mean, you could roll down here, here, here. This one just becomes part of the available affix. You're capable of getting that particular set of rolls there. It's actually really complicated, but not really at the same time. It's really not. But when you're crafting gear, it's something you have to look at and be like, well, okay, that seems like a good roll, but can I do better? If you're looking for perfect rolls and stuff, which really that's what this game's all about. At the end of the day, it's all about perfect rolls. And well, I mean, I guess it is what you make it, but I think by and large, like the community that plays the game the most for the longest period of time, that's what you're looking for. To get your character in the best possible shape. And crafting is a big part of that. So, actually, no, we should have looked at an example. We'll do that here in a second. With the ring that we put on, or the neck that we just replaced. So if we look at, okay, so here's the neck. Let's reopen this. But I have no, I closed it. I close that. Get PoE trade open. That's fine. Back to this one here, and show Firefox. Body armor, helmet, gloves, shield, accessory, amulet. Okay. So we look at amulet. Let's look at 2 all attributes, right? And so we see that 2 all attributes is not a base item mod. Could do 2 all attributes. Okay, it is a base item mod, but for some reason it's all the way down here. Why is that? Swaper confused here. Base item mods. You go down a little bit further and base item mods. I don't know, so maybe these are all the secondary. Oh, that's what it is. So these are the implicit roles. Right. Well, I don't know. Well, anyway. So we click on this, and this has 18. So 18 is should be of the heavens, and if we hit this Alt, we can see it is of the heavens. It's kind of hard to see with that in the way, but if you look down there at the second to the bottom, 17 through 20 is the range, and the suffix modifier of the heavens. So we see that lines up, and because it's a level 55, it could have rolled an of the galaxy, which is 21 through 24. So really that would be the really good item. It's a 24 2 all attributes. That's like, wow, we hit the jackpot for a level 55 item. I hope that makes sense. To a lot of you guys it probably makes sense, and it's really just making sense to me now, or it has been recently. It just makes the crafting a little bit more involved than. It makes it difficult to know if you got something good or not, especially when leveling. I mean, in the end game, you've kind of got a set. You know that tier, whatever the top tier is the one you're looking for when you're picking up the highest item levels, right? I think those are pretty rare though, and it's pretty rare to get in that tier range too. And so other things you might consider is, even though it's not the top tier range, I mean, you know, if it's 2 below, how much difference of a stat wise is that extra tier going to give you? Like, maybe a tier 3 roll is acceptable and really desirable, considering how rare tier 1 and tier 2 might be, right? I mean, these are things I don't know either. And by getting the tier 1, tier 2, only like 1 or 2 stats, it's not necessarily. Ultimately, it's worth it, but it's not. The one that you have might be worth a lot more than you think. I don't know if any of that made sense. I think it did. I think I said that right. Am I still in the area for the Ankh, or am I? I completely lost my train of thought here. Yeah. I don't know why I picked that up. And so I think what these outlines mean on this gear is that it's the highest eye level that could drop in this area to give you the maximum possible roll. I think is what's happening here. Not that you'll get the highest possible roll, but the highest roll available in this area is on that item. Our first seed here this episode. Oh wow, we just hit the marker. Let's do this. I know it was kind of a weird episode there that we're getting back into it. What kind of seeds did we pick up? Purple, blue, and yellow? Looks like we can do this here. feel like we were doing damage there, like to the area around us. A level 55 shield, 120 block recovery. Probably okay, actually. With a defense modifier, unique. Change a unique into a random unique weapon. Linking 3 sockets. Want to link 3 sockets? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, maybe we could craft on this. Just take a look at it. 20 fire resist. So I think of the Drake. So now what I would do is say, well, is of the Drake, and we'll see if the outline is correct here. What I'm thinking. Body armor. Type evasion. Evasion rating. We're looking for fire resist. That's eye level 24, so it's not a very good roll. The item level is 59, which means I could have rolled between 30 and 35 on that, so that's a real bad normal roll. So let's actually. Forged item is a rare with random modifiers, including a defense modifier. Oh, we need tons of dex on this thing. I'll wear it anyway. And so we look at what kind of roll that actually turned out to be. 21 dex. Rolo. Of the Fox is pretty bad. Just confirm of the Fox. Dexed. Yeah. Tier 7. Starfish, tier 5. Actually, can we see what would have been really useful if they had done it this way? Like, instead of making tons of tiers for the different sets, if it was all like, you know, that tier 5 was the cap. Regenerate life. Okay, so let's see what that one is. To regenerate life regenerated per second of the starfish. That's what it had on it. Hit my Windows key there. Tier 5, so tier 6 is the highest it can roll. Which is of the Hydra, which would have been a level 59. Item level 59. Should be 10 to 13 life. Regen per second. Health is obviously really low. It's a real bad item, basically. That's what we're getting at. It's not good. Now this one we can wear. This is an evasion. Let's try it with a defense modifier. Level 56. What's the difference between this? This. I don't know. Okay, so that rolled okay. 2 prefixes, 3 suffixes. We can craft one on. Tier 10, it rolled high for the maximum mana, but that's not really a great one. Of the newt's pretty bad. 1 to 2 life. In fact, yeah, that's a tier 1. Or the worst tier. Good roll. Fire resistance really high. That's probably a top tier roll there. And regenerates energy shield per second, 0.6. That's probably really high too. Let's look at that. Regenerates energy shield. We could probably wear that. I don't know if it's better than what we got. I'd say probably not. Really. Although it's a real bad evasion rating roll there. Mana, nah, that's kind of garbage really. The fire resistance is nice, but we were already kind of overcapped on fire resist anyway, so kind of garbage. We'll flush the rest here and be on our way, I guess. We also had some yellow seeds to plant. Or life seeds. These are my favorite seeds, actually. We'll wait till that gets capped here.
Have you ever considered trading the sword for a plow, Exile?
Sword for a plow. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Back to PoE for me. Yeah, as usual, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Path of Exile Hardcore Inquisitor, where we are surprisingly still alive at level 64 in Act 8. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. See you guys.